Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, good evening. I am thank you for my opportunity to present our research uh, with title The Influence of Gender Learning Style on Cognitive Learning Outcomes in Physics at Private Madrasah Aliyah. My team, me as Yan Surono, and then Professor Dr. Sutama MBD, and Professor Dr. Harsono SU, and then Associate Professor Dr. Sabar Narimo MBD MM. We are from Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta. Introduction. My research, number one, Lee and Smarton in the research also showed that boys scored higher than girls in the science test in a national study on natural science achievement. Boys performed slightly better than girls in grade 8 junior high school. And in gender research at Santa Petersburg, starting the most gender depends a teacher over 40 years old and managers, male teachers are more likely the emphasis gender difference than female teacher. High school students do not associate the depth of understanding of the subject and the brightness of teaching with the gender of the teacher. In the study at Chayata and Subsidian in Thailand, it was stated that gender had a influence of language learning style, but had no effect on language learning strategies. And then Iriani research explained that there is a positive and significant relationship between learning style and learning achievement in the field of mathematics on cubes and blocks. The in the study of learning style and gender, the effect on critical thinking mathematics show that number one, there is an influence of gender on the ability to think critical mathematics. Number two, there is an effect of learning style on mathematics critical thinking ability. And the last, there is no interaction effect between gender and learning style on mathematics critical thinking ability. My research purpose is this research aims to find out how much influence gender and learning style have on basic cognitive learning outcomes so that teacher can prepare better for their learning. Apart from that, education stakeholders can understand and comprehend the role of education. Okay, my research method, the population in 496 students with the sample of class 11 majorities in science is many as 96 students using proposite sampling. Then the model used in this research is descriptive quantitative data best obtained from the questionnaire on learning style and cognitive score from the end of semester assessment. Analysis qualitatively descriptively using the Kruskal-Wallis test and Kendall-Stowe correlation test. Okay, result and discussion in table that is found the each gender has a different number of visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning style. Different in student learning style between genders, the significant value of learning style for gender at point 207, the significant value is greater than zero point zero 0.05. The meaning that each O is accepted. There is no difference in learning style from student gender. Also shows the significant value of gender on learning style of 0.081. This significant value is greater than 0.05, meaning that its O is accepted. No gender difference in student learning style. And then with classical Wallis test, cognitive, the learning style of gender has the highest mean rank in the visual learning style, but the learning style to cognitive learning outcome has the highest mean rank in the kinesthetic learning style. Kinesthetic learning style is uh, 53.56 59. It is different. And then the correlation between gender based on learning style with cognitive learning outcome was analysis using the Kendall-Stowe test. From output from Kendall-Stowe test, the correlation coefficient between gender and learning style is negative 0.169, meaning that the relationship between gender closeness and learning style is uh, 16.9%. Percent. A negative value means that the direction of correlation test is inversely proportional. The direction of the learning style test for gender is more dominant. And then gender on cognitive learning outcome, the correlation coefficient is negative zero point zero 0.027, meaning that the relationship between gender and cognitive learning outcome is 2.7%, which is also said to be very low and negative. And then domination of learning style over gender. In Tabal, the male visual learning style dominance compared to the female visual learning style. The results of the study men really more dominant on their vision than women. The dominance of women in the auditory learning style compared to the male auditory learning style. That is because women are more dominant in using their auditory sense in learning activities in class. And then the last conclusion, the results of the research and discussion concluded that it's individual, but male and female has three visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learning style. There is no significant difference between men or and women in Madrasah Aliyah based on Islamic boarding school and learning style based on gender and cognitive learning outcome. uh, with a suggestion, researchers encourage teachers to implement multisensory learning and vary in anticipation of different learning style to improve student learning outcome. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.